again, everyone. Scott Player, pop cult fan here, and today I am going to be continuing my series of Star Wars movie reviews with the original film that started it all, Star Wars 1977, or as it's known now as Episode 4, A New Hope. And here is my best friend Sean, aka Cash Vaz, here joining with me today. So, Sean.
Thank you, Scott Player, for having me here today.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the original Star Wars movie that started it all?
Okay, well, first of all, my thoughts on Star Wars that they call Episode 4, A New Hope, 1977, I have to say was very well done.
It's a classic.
I'd say it was very, very adventurous, had a lot of great locations. The location, idealist scouts, for the film, they call them location scouts, I think.
Tatooine.
Yeah.
Mos Eisley
The
Cantina.
planets and space.
The Millennium Falcon. The Death Star.
The big Imperial ships that come right over the camera. I mean, everybody in the theater, when they first saw it, and my dad went to see it on opening night, he said, "Whoa!" They were all like, "Damn, that is huge!" Because it was really big for cinema.
And of course, all the actors in the movie. Mark Hamill as Luke. Harrison Ford as
Han Solo.
And of course, the late and great Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia.
Yeah, all the great guys. I mean, and Peter Mayhew in the Chewbacca costume.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more like it is a costume, but I think it's also like makeup in a way.
It's all pretty much costume. I've seen it in the museum, in the Star Wars museum. They have a little museum for Star Wars in Tomorrowland at Disneyland. Mm-hmm. They call it, I think, the Star Wars Museum or the Star Wars Axiom or something.
Yeah.
And I saw the official Chewbacca costume, and with the whole mask, the face, and the hair, and everything, and it is big. It is huge. He's like the tallest character in the whole series.
Yeah, I think Peter Mayhew is like one of the tallest actors.
He's almost 7 foot.
Yeah. Almost as big as Hagrid.
Yeah, as big as Hagrid's character, but Robbie Cauldron is still our original standard size. I mean, he's pretty tall, but not as tall as Peter Mayhew. So yeah, those are a bit of our thoughts on the characters.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else to say about the characters?
The acting is just, classic. It's great. What else can I say about all the actors in the movie? Oh, Anthony Daniels as C-3PO.
Oh, once very funny. He and R2 make the good comedy duo.
And this movie, it starts with droids. It doesn't start with humans. Well, I mean, it kind of does, but in the beginning, but...
Starts off with droids and some militiamen.
Yeah, and Darth Vader.
And stormtroopers. And you eventually meet Princess Leia.
Yeah. So I like how the movie opens. It's very interesting, very cool
And you know
to
what?
watch.
Also, another good little Easter egg that was in there. That whole setting that you see on the blasted ship at the beginning where 3PO was like, "We'd be destroyed for sure." Well, that whole background was completely at the end of Star Wars Rogue One.
Yep.
Because at the end of Star Wars Rogue One, that's how those first beginning events in A New Hope came up to place.
And we kind of saw a similar setting in Revenge of the Sith when Yoda and Bail Organa are in that spaceship.
Spaceship, yep. And then where Organa wanted the protocol droids mind wiped, he said. Mm-hmm. So we saw that, and then at the end of Rogue One, we saw that same hall. We saw Princess Leia, rotoscoped Carrie Fisher. Oh, they made it look amazing. And Commander Tark, that guy with the gray hair in New Hope. They made him look all young and everything in Rogue One because during Rogue One, I mean, he's been dead for a while now.
I think his name is Grand Moff Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin, his character.
Yeah.
Also, Peter Cushing, the actor.
Yeah. So, this movie's just a classic in every way.
Yep. And any thoughts on the story?
From the opening of the movie to the way the story unfolds with Luke at the farm, and then all these stormtroopers are looking for the droids, destroy the farm, and kill Luke's parents. You remember that, right?
I do. When it showed the igloo-looking tent or house, the little house, it was all blown up, smoking, and you can see Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's lying dead skeletons.
Yeah.
So that was pretty horrifying for Luke to see. But you know, George Lucas had that idea off of Moses, kind of seeing a lot of, you know, of his Hebrew people, you know, suffering from the Egyptians.
Yeah.
During like the Ten Commandments story. When God was showing it through the fire on that mountain where he got the tablets.
Interesting. So yeah, those are our thoughts on the original Star Wars movie. And what do you think about the ending of the movie?
Okay, the ending of the film, of course, was a very happy one. And we all like the classic happier endings. I mean, not so much, you know, bad endings kind of are what people say make the story terrible.
Yep.
But
And I also like the space battle sequence when all the rebels are destroying the Death Star.
oh, and they go down through that whole trench and they try to shoot those torpedoes in to blow it up. I mean, it was like, the funny line I have to say was that guy who was like, stay on target, stay on target. And then all of a sudden, didn't go in.
Yeah, you know what? Another thing that makes this movie so special is that nothing in the movie is CGI. Everything is practical.
And if they wanted to do a creature, they would use real big creatures. Like they used an elephant. They used a huge elephant as the moving prop for the banthas.
Yeah.
And they just put the whole bantha costume over that entire elephant, and the poor elephant had to carry that huge weight of the costume on him. That's why they were also moving slow, because the elephants were like,
Yeah, so everything in the movie, it's real, it's practical, and because of that, the movie feels real. You want to be in this world. That's another thing that's so special about Star Wars, is that you just want it to be real.
And what a lot of people liked about this original trilogy better than the modern prequels is because, of course, in the modern prequels, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, they started with CGI.
Yeah.
And they turned Yoda into a CGI instead of using the original puppet.
Yeah, we've discussed that before.
We
Yeah.
have discussed that before in Attack of the Clones review, so let's not get into that.
Yeah. So those are our thoughts, and I do need to give a review of this movie, and I give it an A+.
I give it an A+ too. 4 out of 4 stars, people. Just punch 100%.
So that is our review for Star Wars, the original film. And that will do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.